Hi there guys, and welcome to the final solo run of this year in the month of Retro Brown. Wiggling in front of you, of course, is our star for today, which is Dunsparce. A very funny Pokemon, to be fair. Game Freak really just used this Pokemon as a pretty much a joke Pokemon. It looks like it should be Dragon type, but it's a normal type. It's got low speed, but it's kind of bulky and everything else really. Kind of bulky. No evolution until Gen 9, of course, so it means we only have Dunsparce to contend with today. But the moveset we actually get is not too bad. Level up wise, awful. Really awful. Apart from one move, which I am going to use for the entirety of this run, I promise I will use this. We are going to use Rage in every single fight. Because Rage is a fantastic move in Gen 2. In Gen 1 it is god-awful. In Gen 2, honestly, it's a fantastic move. It's the first time we've had a chance to use it. Great move to have, and you'll see why coming up. Because it's our last video of the year in terms of solo runs, we're going to go with my friend Wacko as he is going to be the rival for today. That brings us on to the first gym. Now we're going to go into this pretty quickly. We are going to go into this minimum battles. So, because Rage is such a good move, every time you get hit by it, it increases your attack. Doesn't matter if it's a physical attack, a special attack. Every time you get hit, your attack will increase. And as you see here, we're just going to do more and more damage every single turn. Meaning, Falconer becomes an extremely easy fight. We're level 10 by the time we finish it. I'm actually really happy with how Dunsparce is. We pick up Mud Slap and we move through to the Union Cave. I actually got the name right for the first time on this channel. I always forget that this is called Union Cave. I'm showing you this fight here because we go against the Haiku with 3 Geodudes, and because we've only got Rage, we don't really have a super effective move to take him out. I could have learned Mud Slap at this point, but I'm just having too much fun with Rage. At level 13, we pick up the move Glare, which, you know what, we're actually going to use for quite a while in this run. We finally teach Mud Slap, and of course I probably should have just gone for Rage in this fight. Poison takes us out, and it's just, this is why I should be using Rage a lot more often. We can't use it against this Ghastly though, which is a bit of a problem. Best thing though, even if we get put to sleep right at the start, because we're a normal type, this Ghastly doesn't have any moves that can hit us. So we can take it out quite comfortably and we don't lose any PP from Spite. We can paralyze the Zubat and then start setting up our Rage because we know what's coming up next. It's going to be that Bayleaf. And we need to make sure we get hit, but also can tank the hits. Because we let that Rage build, we can take out the Bayleaf, and that's a first time victory. You know what's going to be even easier? Bugsy's Cypher likes to use Fury Cutter, which of course, like Rage, accumulates damage over turns. The more he actually hits us, the more chance we have got taking him out very easily. With Poison here, he goes for Fury Cutter. Because we've been hit by his former Pokemon, only takes 2 Rages to take him down. This 20 base power move is soaring us through Johto. That brings us on to the next gym leader, which of course is Whitney, the normal type trainer. It's normal type against normal type. I think we're going to do very well here. It doesn't matter that they have rollout. We have set up enough Rages and we take quite an easy victory. Level 19, we just get level 20 as we beat her. Dunsparce is doing fantastic, guys. I'm really enjoying this run. It's such a good one to have finished the year on. And after we've beaten Whitney, we can go and pick up Dig in the National Park, because that is going to be a perfect move for us to be using. Dig will be perfect against the upcoming gym leader, which of course is Morty. It's a shame that we can't learn Earthquake. Really is a shame, because that would definitely help us out in the post game. But for now, all we've got is the 60 base power move, Dig, to contend with. So, it's a one-shot against those Haunters. Annoyingly, the Haunter will use Curse on you, and now you're against the clock. If you get put to sleep, pretty much like every video, if you get put to sleep against Morty, the fight is over. Meaning we need to get through this without losing, well, without getting hit by Curse, really. If we get hit by Curse, or we get put to sleep, yeah, we're not going to have a very good time. And yeah, it's so annoying. In this attempt, I didn't get cursed at this point. I misclicked on Rage. Hypnosis didn't hit, and it's going to take 2 digs to take out the Gengar. That brings the last Haunter out, and of course a Dig is a one-shot, meaning we finally take the win at level 28, but this took a lot more tries than I am willing to tell you guys. We pick up Shadow Ball, which we can't learn, and this brings us over to the Fighting type gym, which of course has these two guys right at the start, who decimate a Dunsparce. How are we going to get past these guys? Well, only one way to. We hope for a miss on Jump Kick. It's the only way we managed to get past. I could have switched out with a Pokemon, but that's not on my moveset. And we used Rage to take out the Hitmonchan. We had to wait for a miss on Jump Kick to be able to do them, guys. This is such a fun run. Okay, bringing us on to Chuck. I thought, you know what, we could go for Rage because he could use Fury Swipes. Interesting thing. If they use a multi-hit move and you've already used Rage, every time they hit, your attack will increase. Meaning, of a 5-hit Fury Swipes, you could already have max attack. But in this circumstance, it was easier to just go for Headbutt and get the flinches. Meaning we take a win against Chuck, we go and pick up Fly from his wife who tells him he's a fat ass. Probably what my missus says to me sometimes, but we could all stand to lose a little bit of weight. It's a New Year's resolution for everybody, really. This brings us over to the Lake of Rage. We're not going to go into Jasmine yet because I don't think we've got enough bulk or the stats to be able to do it. So it's worth doing the Rocket side quest, and we can see if we can get another move to take out Jasmine later on. So once we've met up with Lance, we can go and watch him Hyper Beam somebody after we heal up our Pokemon. And I always find this scene really funny. You just walk into a house and he's just used Hyper Beam on a guy. The Rocket side quest, of course, is always very, very annoying, but it's part of the game. It's tedious, but you're going to get some levels up, so it's not the worst thing in the world, really. By this point, your Pokemon will be around about that mid-30s to 40 level. You've got a lot of levels on every Pokemon you come against. Now we've beaten the Rockets, Lance has a look around, and we're going to have... Well, we take out the Electrodes and then head over to Price. Price is not going to be a problem. We're just going to go for Rage strats, and we're going to decimate through his entire team. What I like about Dunsparce, and I think it's very underrated, it's actually kind of bulky, so it can tank those hits, and because of Rage, it just accumulates that attack, meaning we've got a very powerful Pokemon in our midst. I don't think ever in competitive Dunsparce did anything. Oh, I forgot to go back up to Jasmine. Okay, fair enough. So when we finally get Jasmine back down to the gym, she stops looking after that sick amp for us. We take a jump down the lighthouse. I always thought this was funny as well. You've literally jumped the entire length of a lighthouse. We can go against Jasmine. Now you might be thinking this is a weird strategy. We know that Dig is going to take out Magnemite. It's super effective. When it comes to Steelix, we need to go with a different route. The way to go about it, paralyze it, and then use Rock Smash. You might be thinking, why Rock Smash? Well, Rock Smash has a chance to lower defense. That's what we want. So once we get rid of that Hyper Potion, we can then switch up to using Dig. Because Iron Tail has not got the best accuracy, we actually take a first time win against Jasmine. And that's a pretty cool strategy, I think, to have won that battle. Now that we've beaten Jasmine, of course, Professor Elm gives us a ring, tells us Rockets are up to no good again. So we need to go and sort that out. But before that, we're going to teach ourselves Iron Tail. Fantastic move to be using. Because we've got higher attack, just a little bit higher attack, it's actually kind of a good move to use. Yes, it's only got 75% accuracy, but the other move that we could learn is Thunder, and that's got 70% accuracy. Might need it later on, but for now, let's just see how we do against the rival here. So, we are going to set up our Rages. And now Magnemite is out, we are going to switch back to Dig, so it actually wasn't worth using Rage at that point. Because the Haunter's out next. We could try setting up against the Sneasel. It does have Feint Attack and it does have Fury Cutter. Good moves to start using Rage with, but it's also very weak to Steel-type moves. Next up is Meganium. We're going to go for Dig. And to be fair, I did not do the best plays here. Really did not do the best plays here. And yeah. Wow, we actually... This is why we kept Glare. That's just got us the win there with the paralysis. Okay, Rival is beaten. Last rocket to go against. And we're just going to rage our way through. I am keeping to my promise that I will keep rage until even the red fight in this run. Rage in Dunsparce. You know, that's the title of this video, Rage in Dunsparce. Maybe. I don't actually put the Pokemon names in the title videos because I like you to have a little, like, who's that Pokemon on the thumbnails. That's my, like, little shtick with that. Anyway, let's have a chat about Claire. She's annoying. She loves paralysis and then chipping away at you with every single Pokemon she's got. We really want to get hit though because of the rage chance, but when we get on low HP, we're still not taking out a Pokemon, and we do lose the third Dragonair. If we get better luck chance, you know, we might have a good. Oh, she didn't go for Thunder Wave, and Thunder Wave didn't hit. Okay. We're taking... now we get Thunder Wave, of course we do. But we've been hit again, which means that we've got really decent rage built up. We've got decent HP. And 48 HP. Can we tank this against the Kingdra? 3 HP. And rage gets us the win. This is why we use it. This is why we use rage. It's a great move. In Gen 2, it's a really good move. I've enjoyed using it. Okay. So once we've beaten Claire, of course she has a little paddy and sends us to go and find a Dragon Fang, which I think is a very pointless part of Gen 2. Why do we need to do this? Crystal did do it better where you don't have to go through the little gauntlet that is the Dragon's Den. But once we've picked it up, she's given us the badge. We get called up by Professor Elm, and he tells us we can finally go off to the Pokemon League. So, what I like to do here, we go and talk to him, get the Master Ball, which, to be fair, we just chuck anyway. And we go and heal up our Pokemon on his machine. That brings us over to Victory Road, where we've got our final fight against Wacko. So, we're level 50 going into this fight. Raid strats again, we're going for the win. So, we've had a couple of rages set up. We've gone through his first 2 Pokemon. Magneton is next, and I'm going to keep with Rage. Probably not the best scenario there because we get paralysed. If I'd gone for Dig, I wouldn't have been paralysed, and then this wouldn't have happened. Yeah, curse damage, meaning we are not in a good position now, and Rage has been reset. Meaning Meganium is going to just take a comfortable win. So we need to change up the strategy a bit. Rage is fine against the first couple of Pokemon. I mean, to be fair, with Iron Tail, nah, it's not very accurate. We'll go for Rage again. Golbat is up next. It confuses us. Of course it confuses us. I hate status effects in Gen 2. Okay, so this time we're actually going to go for Dig. Takes out the Magneton in 1, and we are not paralysed, meaning we outspeed the Haunter this time. Also means that now we can do big damage against the Kadabra. And we've got really, really good HP to take out this Meganium. It decides to go for Poison, but then Iron Tail does big damage, and we are only waiting for us to hit one more time. Iron Tail clutches for us, and we take the win. That leads us on to the Elite Four. And of course, Will has been a real problem in the last few videos. Will it be a problem for a Dunsparce? We'll soon find out. So, Psychic doesn't really do that much damage to us until it uses it consecutively. So we need to try this again. Iron Tail, probably the better move to be using here because he'll go for Confuse Ray as soon as he can. Brings us on to the Jinx, and what we're hoping for is that Iron Tail to connect because it's super effective against the Jinx. And what we're also hoping for is that Jinx goes for Double Slap. It doesn't, but that brings us on to Executor. And if he uses Barrage on us, that would be perfect, but instead he goes for Psychic. And we're going to take another loss against the Slowbro because we won't be able to do much damage. Yeah. So we leveled up a little bit just to give ourselves a little bit more of a buffer to level 55. And we have now equipped Thunder on our moveset. This means we can take out the Xatu in 1. We outspeed the Jinx with Iron Tail. Executor, we're going to use Glare. It goes for Reflect, and we go for Iron Tail. This Executor has been a right problem. Okay, so we're on to the Slowbro. Thunder is super effective. We will use that. And that brings us on to the final Xatu, where we can tank it with a Thunder. Meaning, after a few attempts, we finally get the win against Will. leading us on to Koga and the next fight in the Elite Four. So, here I actually decide, let's rage our way through. His attacks don't do very much against us, he prefers to chip away at you, and we can build up enough rage to just sweep through his entire team. Even the Fortress is not going to be able to stand against us. Worst thing that could happen there is he used Explosion, which he thankfully doesn't. We've got enough rage set up that even Muck is a 2-shot. Leading us on to the Crobat, which is I was going to say a 1-shot. Unfortunately, it's not. It's a 2-shot. And that is Koga beaten first time with a Dunsparce. This is why we've kept rage, because it's just sweeping through. You know what? Will it even sweep through Bruno? We have got the type disadvantage. I'm going to use Glare against the Hitmontop. That's going to be key. And his Pokemon are very specially weak, so Thunder actually is the best move to use on a lot of these. Thunder is one-shotting most of his Pokemon. That's pretty damn good. Oh, it doesn't one-shot the Hitmonchan. And we take quite a lot of damage from Mach Punch. Okay, Machamp is next. We're going to use Glare. Cross Chop hits. That's not a good scenario to be in. And a second Cross Chop finishes us. It actually became a really big problem going against that Machamp. What I really should have been doing was building up my rage against that Hitmonchan. The Hitmontop. After setting up against those Pokemon, yes, we are going to take quite a bit of damage, but we've taken enough hits that Machamp then becomes a one-shot KO, leading us onto the Onix, who of course is weak to Iron Tail. Earthquake does big damage. We tank a second Earthquake and... Oh, Iron Tail, why? Why Iron Tail? As you can see though, this is the strategy to win. Rage our way through, take hits from that dig where it doesn't do very much against you. Hitmonlee is going to be a one-shot with a critical. Okay, that might make a difference. Can we take out the Machamp in one here? We can't, but Cross... Ooh, we tank it with 17 HP. Okay, as long as we get an Iron Tail in... Okay, this time it takes it out in one. What the hell, guys? It didn't do it last time. Why am I complaining? We've beaten him. We're through to Karen. Okay. Karen, let's see how we do against her. She's annoying. Umbreon doesn't like to hit you very much. It likes to set up Sand Attack, and it likes to confuse you. So our accuracy is down. We were confused. We're now not confused. And then I remember the Gengar is up next. We need to hit that Thunder on it, or we've got no chance of getting through. So, Rage, I really should have... Ooh, 12 HP. Can we outspeed the Houndoom? No, we don't. Okay, we need to think about this differently. That is bad strategy on my part. Let's see how we do. It was time to teach Return. I've been putting it off for quite a while, but it was time to learn it. We have now got Rage, Return, Glare, and Thunder on our moveset. Decent moveset to have. Not very, widespread on the coverage, but to be fair, we didn't need it. Oh, God, we really get... Wow! Why did he go for Pursuit instead of Flamethrower? As if we took a win there, 4 HP. What is our luck today with Dunsparce? Okay, last fight. Lance. Thunder is the perfect move to use against Gyarados. Let's see if Dunsparce can bring it home for the boys. We're going to Glare the Dragonite. Maybe not the best thing, but we want to Rage now. We want to get that Rage up so we can get through majority of his team. Hyper Beam is doing big damage against us, but because of those recharges, we managed to get through quite comfortably. Thunder does not hit on the first turn, annoyingly, and that brings the Charizard while we're paralysed and we take a loss. This seems to happen every video. We get paralysed by the time we're at that Charizard and we're on low HP. Okay, we need to do this a little bit differently. The rain is set up on the Gyarados, meaning that Thunder will always hit. We can Glare the Dragonite and then to use 2 returns to take it down. That's pretty good. The rain has stopped. We do get paralysed ourselves. Not a good scenario. Not good chance. Not really good trainer to be using Rage against. We need to make sure we get through to that Charizard with enough HP. And then on the final Dragonite, it goes for Outrage and we get... That's 3 videos in a row that we have won with a critical hit return. Is this just a new trend for my videos? You can see me pausing there because I'm just like, come on again? Really, a return crit? That's how we get the win. Well, last 3 Pokemon have all been normal types. So, you know what? Kind of apt. And this is how Dunsparce became a Hall of Famer at level 59 at 4 hours 46 minutes. That's a really decent run. That's kind of like a mid-tier C run, at least at this point in the game. I'm quite happy with that. Dunsparce is a fun Pokemon to use. It may look silly, it may be a meme Pokemon, it maybe should have been a Dragon-type Pokemon, but you know what? It's actually kind of fun to use on a Solo Run. So, next time you're looking for a Solo Run Pokemon to do in Gen 2, give Dunsparce a try. You might be surprised. This brings us on to the post-game where we go against Blue. So, his Pidgeot is not really that strong. 2 returns take it out, and 2 returns will take out the Alakazam. Thankfully, it didn't go for a Psychic. Would have been in some trouble there. Next is Rhydon, and we don't really have a good answer for it, and it sets up... it sets up the sand, sets up Darude, and we lose. Okay, so we need to think about this differently. How are we going to go about this? Well, there's another combination we can use. We can use Sunny Day and Solar Beam. And you'll find when you use this combination, the Rhydon actually becomes very, very easy. The Rhydon was the only problem that we were facing in this entire fight. And that's because we didn't have a good answer for it. We got rid of Iron Tail, but now the sun is up. Water-type moves don't do very much. By the time that the sun goes down, the Fire-type moves won't be doing anything more. So Exeggutor probably will try and set up a Leech Seed or a Sunny Day. It does go for the Leech Seed, but Arcanine knows the sun is not up. It knows it's going to lose. It hits the return, and we take the win against Blue. So that's the second try victory. Red is going to be a problem. So what I originally thought I could do was just set up Rage and Sweep as long as I didn't use Curse. And we lose this one. Level 68 at this time. We had to go and level up a bit more. I was hoping that by setting up Rage, we can get our attack high enough that we could just sweep without having to use Curse and having to take a speed drop, because that's the biggest detriment in this fight. But if we had Amnesia, this would be a lot easier, but we don't. We had to go up to level 81 to be able to one-shot that Pikachu and get through to the Espeon. We're not trying to Curse this time. We want to get big hits in, but even 81 was not enough. We had to level up even more. Did we? Oh no, level 81 still. Okay. The Espeon goes for Reflect here and then uses the big Psychic. We get a critical hit, which means we're through to the Snorlax. And then, of course, the Snorlax will use Body Slam. We've got decent defense, so it's not one-shotting us. And when it's paralyzed us, it then puts itself to sleep and we can rest. Okay, we might have a chance to win here. Okay. Now we actually have got Curse on our moveset, so to be fair, those defense increases are really going to help us against the Snorlax. If it hits us with a critical doesn't one-shot us, that is perfect. Okay. Let's get rested up. Let's get those curses set up, and then let's sweep. This could be a good end to the year. Ooh, Body Slam does big damage. Can we tank one more? We can. Come on, let's rest back up. We might be PP stalling this Snorlax from Body Slam here. That would be perfect. Okay, so Curse is fully set up now. I'm going to go for Rage, because we're going to get hit a few times here. Unless, of course, he goes for Sleep. Yeah, you know what? I think Return's just the way to go. Venusaur next is probably going to go for Sunny Day. It does, so Return takes it out. That means we're on a Charizard. Flamethrower does big damage. We're probably going to have to rest up here. I don't think we got enough to tank a Surf, but he goes for Blizzard, and that leaves us at 24 HP, meaning we take the win against Red at level 81. I thought we had to be higher level to do that, but apparently not. Level 81 is possible to do it with a Dunsparce. Okay, so what time did we finish this run on? We finished at level 81, of course, with the moveset of Return, Rage, Rest, and Curse. I promised you guys that I would keep Rage until the last minute. We have. I've kept that promise, and we have finished the game at 6 hours 20 minutes. You know what? I think that's a nice way to end the year out. It's been a very full-on year with videos. This month for Retro Brown has been massively massively tiring. But I've got a little surprise for you guys tomorrow, something that I've been concocting for a little while. Tomorrow, there is going to be a new video coming out. It's not a solo run. What I'm actually going to be providing to you guys is a Gen 1 monotype run. If you don't know what a monotype run is, you basically try and win the game with just one type of Pokemon. And you'll see what type of Pokemon we choose tomorrow. But before that, I want to see what we're going to start the new year with solo runs. First up on the wheel is Fluffy. You know what, I haven't done anything from that line yet that might be a good option. Next up is Feraligatr. It's about time I did another starter, I've got to be honest, but I'm not too sure about the Feraligatr. Next up is Natu. Considering how annoying those Zartus have been in the Elite Four, I'm going to go for Natu. Let's see if we can beat the game with that in the new year. So if you got to this point in the video, guys, really appreciate it. Anyone who's liked to subscribe this year, you've been absolute legends. I really appreciate you. Hopefully we can grow the channel in 2024, and we'll see you tomorrow with the next run. Take care.